UFO splits into two. Last week in Sternalis, a small town in Poland, a witness reported a strange sighting in the night sky. At first, the object looked like a burning rocket falling toward the ground. It gave off a fiery glow and left the impression of something breaking apart in the atmosphere, just like space debris or a meteor. But within moments, the behavior of the object became very unusual and hard to explain.
Już. Nie skacz, nie skacz. Nie, misiu. Misiu. Ach, misiu. Misiu. Nie.
Instead of continuing its downward path, the glowing object suddenly changed direction. It appeared to stop, then reversed its movement and shot upward into the sky. This motion looked controlled, not like something falling naturally. A meteor or rocket debris cannot simply turn around and rise back into the air, which made the sighting especially mysterious. As the witness kept recording, the single glowing light split into two separate lights. Both lights seemed to move independently, hovering and shifting across the sky. This splitting effect ruled out many simple explanations like airplanes, drones, or satellites. Even fireworks or flares would not behave in such a steady and unusual way. The sighting created a lot of questions. Was it a natural atmospheric event, some kind of unknown military technology, or possibly something beyond human explanation?
Nie. I co?
The area of Sternalis is not widely known for such events, which makes the sighting even more curious. The strange reversal of direction and the splitting into two lights are not behaviors normally linked to known aerial objects. For many who have seen the video or heard the report, the event adds to the growing list of unexplained aerial phenomena being spotted around the world. It shows how unpredictable and mysterious the night sky can be. Whether it was advanced technology, an unknown natural occurrence, or something completely different, the event in Sternalis left the witness and others with more questions than answers. 2016 Metallic Sphere. In July 2025, a video that many people had been waiting to see finally became public. It is called the Mosul Orb Video, and it shows a mysterious metallic sphere flying over Mosul, Iraq. The video is only about 4 seconds long, but it has caused a lot of interest and debate. The clip was recorded on April 16, 2016 by a US military MC-12 surveillance aircraft. At first, only a still image of the orb had been released back in 2023, shared by journalists Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp. That picture alone created a wave of speculation. Some thought the orb might just be sunlight reflecting from a puddle or something ordinary. But the new video shows the object moving through the air, which rules out many of those early explanations. The video was made public after journalist Dustin Slaughter filed a Freedom of Information Act (FOIA) lawsuit against the US Air Force and its intelligence center. In July 2025, he suddenly received the footage from a government lawyer. The release proved that the military had kept this clip in its files for years, and it had even been shared across different commands inside the Pentagon. In the footage, the orb appears as a shiny metallic ball. It moves steadily, keeping altitude without any wings, rotors, or visible engine. It glides across the screen, briefly appearing and then vanishing from the camera's view. There is no clear sign of how it is powered. Because the object has no obvious explanation, the US military has officially listed it as unidentified. Some people online believe it shows proof of advanced technology, maybe even from beyond Earth. Others think it could still be a drone or something man-made, but with unusual features. On Reddit and other platforms, the public reaction has been intense. Some are excited to finally see the moving footage after years of rumors. Others remain skeptical, pointing out that 4 seconds is not much to go on. Still, the Mosul orb has become one of the clearest and most talked about UFO cases in recent years, showing how even a short clip can spark big questions about what might really be flying in our skies. Metallic form. In December 2024, a strange sighting was reported in the rural skies of Montana. A man living on a large ranch near the small town of Winifred captured unusual photos with a Fuji camera. The pictures showed what looked like a glowing metallic object moving in the distance. According to the witness, UFO activity in this part of Montana is not rare. He claimed that since childhood, he and others around the ranch have seen strange lights and objects in the sky, especially near the missile launch control site less than a mile away. This sighting is just one of many that connect Montana to a long history of UFO stories. One of the most famous cases is the Mariana UFO film taken in Great Falls in 1950, where 2 bright objects were recorded moving across the sky. That footage became one of the first widely discussed UFO videos in the United States. Later in 1967, there was another shocking incident at Malmstrom Air Force Base. Reports claimed that a UFO appeared over a missile site, and soon after, several nuclear missiles mysteriously shut down. While a recent Pentagon report suggested this was caused by a secret military test, many people still believe something unexplained happened. Montana also ranks high in UFO reports even today. Cities like Bozeman, Billings, Missoula, and Great Falls often appear in UFO sighting databases. Locals continue to share stories of lights that hover, objects that move in unusual ways, and silent crafts with no visible engines. Authors and researchers, such as Joan Bird, have studied these events and point out that Montana has provided some of the most well-documented cases in American UFO history. The Winifred sighting adds to this ongoing mystery. Whether the glowing object was a secret aircraft, a trick of light, or something beyond human technology, the story reminds us how Montana's wide skies continue to raise questions. From historic films to modern photos, this state has remained at the center of UFO curiosity. For many, the skies above Montana are not empty, they are alive with secrets still waiting to be uncovered. Octagonal craft. On June 1, 2021, a strange object was caught on a surveillance camera in Hanoi, Vietnam. The footage was later shown on Sen Vang TV, a local channel. The video shows something large and unusual in the sky during a thunderstorm. When lightning lit up the night, a big craft appeared for a moment, almost shaped like an octagon. Many people compared it to the type of craft seen in famous UFO stories. This sighting reminded some researchers of another event from years earlier. In 2009, after a big earthquake in Indonesia, U.S. Marine Michael Herrera and his team were sent on a mission to help with disaster relief. While in a jungle area, Herrera says they saw a massive 300-foot octagonal craft hovering silently. It rotated slowly and gave off a low humming sound. According to him, it looked advanced and nothing like any plane or helicopter. Herrera also described how a group of armed men, dressed in black and looking like special forces, suddenly appeared. They told his team to leave, took away their cameras, and warned them not to speak of what they had seen. Herrera said the craft then shot into the sky at an unbelievable speed, disappearing without noise. He finally shared his story years later, including at a National Press Club conference in 2023, where he spoke about secret operations and advanced unknown technology. Both the Hanoi and Indonesian cases described large, geometric UFOs that seem far beyond normal human technology. The connection is striking because both are linked to an octagonal design and sudden appearances under unusual conditions. The Hanoi UFO was only visible when lightning struck, while Herrera's craft appeared during a military mission in the aftermath of a natural disaster. While the Vietnamese video is still debated and mainly seen on UFO blogs, Herrera's account has been spread widely through interviews and whistleblower testimony. Together, these two events fuel the ongoing mystery. Are these the same type of crafts seen in different parts of the world, or just unrelated stories that sound similar? Either way, both remain unexplained and fascinating, keeping the UFO debate alive. Hover over ocean. On August 20, 2025, something unusual was seen in the skies off the coast of Florida. The sighting took place near the Cape Florida Lighthouse at Key Biscayne, just south of Miami. Around midday, a witness on the beach noticed an unidentified object hovering over the ocean in the distance. The object appeared to the northeast, likely offshore from Miami Beach. The sighting lasted for about an hour, beginning around 12:15 p.m. and continuing until 1:15 p.m. During this time, the witness managed to capture 4 short videos of the phenomenon between 12:25 p.m. and 12:31 p.m. The object was visible both before and after the recordings. What made this sighting interesting was the object's behavior. It was not moving quickly across the sky like an airplane. Instead, it made only slight movements, almost as if it was holding position. At certain moments, the witness reported that the object seemed to descend toward the surface of the water, raising questions about whether it could have entered or interacted with the ocean itself. No arrival or departure was seen. The witness did not notice how the object first appeared, and by the end of the observation, they could no longer track its final movements. This adds another layer of mystery, since the object seemed to simply be there and then gone without any obvious explanation. The sighting took place in broad daylight, making it less likely to be mistaken for a star, planet, or other nighttime illusion. The videos captured show a bright object standing out against the ocean horizon, though its exact shape and nature remain unclear. Florida has been the site of many unexplained aerial sightings, and this report adds to that growing list. Whether it was a drone, an experimental craft, or something truly unknown, the Key Biscayne sighting has left people curious. The combination of a reliable daylight setting, multiple video recordings, and a long observation time makes this case one that stands out in recent reports of unidentified aerial phenomena. Ultra-fast transit. On the evening of September 2, 2025 at 8:44 p.m., a resident of Port Charlotte, Florida, spotted something unusual in the sky. The object shot across the horizon at incredible speed, moving from the northwest over the Gulf of Mexico toward the southeast. The witness explained that they were familiar with rocket launches in Florida and had seen many of them before, but this was different. It was moving much faster than a rocket and did not leave behind the long, glowing trail that is normally seen with meteors or launches. The video shared online shows a bright object racing across the sky. Some people on Reddit suggested it could be a meteor, since meteors often appear suddenly and disappear quickly. However, the witness argued that it did not look like the usual meteors they had seen before. Others checked official launch schedules and confirmed that there were no rocket launches or missile tests happening in Florida at that time, which rules out one common explanation. If it was a meteor, it may have been what scientists call a fireball, a very bright type of meteor that burns in the atmosphere. Fireballs sometimes look strange because their trails can vanish quickly or appear at odd angles. Another possibility is space debris, which can re-enter the Earth's atmosphere and burn brightly as it falls, but that is far less common.
I'm filming it. What the?
It's blinking behind it like 10, 15 feet. It just dropped something. It dropped a payload or something.
Is that a meteor?
Look it's got another flash behind it. Like now it's like 10 feet.
Did it go in the clouds?
Yeah, it's in the clouds. It's gone now.
I got it on video. Whatever the it came I saw it right as soon as it lifted up above those trees right there.
Florida skies often attract attention because many rocket launches are visible and unusual light shows, like the space jellyfish effect from rocket plumes, are sometimes mistaken for UFOs. But since there was no launch that night, this explanation doesn't fit. The event remains a mystery, but it fascinated many people online. For the witness, it was an unforgettable moment that stood apart from anything they had seen before. Whether it was a meteor, space debris, or something truly unexplained, it shows how the skies above us can still surprise and leave us wondering. This sighting adds to a growing list of unexplained aerial events in Florida and shows why so many people keep watching the skies closely. Reflective entity. On July 26, 2025, at about 12:35 in the afternoon, a strange object was filmed in the sky above Sao Paulo, Brazil. The witness recorded it from the terrace of a tall building. The object caught their attention because it did not look like a helicopter or a normal aircraft. In the video, it appears to hover, shine, and move in a way that makes people question what it really was. At first, some people suggested it might be a balloon. Balloons are common in cities, and depending on sunlight, they can look shiny or metallic. They also drift slowly with the wind, sometimes giving the illusion of hovering. Others pointed out that Sao Paulo has many drones flying over the city. A drone can stay in place, move smoothly, and reflect sunlight, making it look unusual from far away. Still, not everyone was convinced. The witness said the object looked too steady to be a balloon, and it did not have the clear outline of a drone. Helicopters were also ruled out because the object lacked rotor blades or noise. Its shape seemed different from any known aircraft. Another idea is that the sighting might have been caused by light effects. Sometimes sunlight reflecting off glass, windows, or metallic objects creates the appearance of something floating. Camera lenses can also produce reflections or distortions that look like glowing objects in the sky. Brazil has a long history of UFO reports, including the famous 1986 Night of the UFOs, when Air Force pilots and radar operators reported strange lights over Sao Paulo and other cities. Because of this background, new sightings like this always get attention and debate. In the end, the Sao Paulo video leaves the question open. It could have been a balloon, a drone, or simply a reflection, but it could also be something unexplained. The footage reminds us that the skies are full of mysteries, and sometimes ordinary objects can appear extraordinary when seen from the right angle.